Show me their signatures that they were present at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. Show me. What was your so urgency to recount it? Who pressurized you? No pressurization. Why did you count? In the absence of the agents of the candidates? Show me. Show me that the agents were there. And you had to take a decision without intimating the others. How could you do that? What is the allegation?
Allegation is that counting had ended. On the night of 11th, the counting for this Panchayat Shamiti seat that was concluded. Subsequent thereafter, Jila Parishad counting started. Now, my lord, the process is once it is stopped, my lord, the ballot boxes are sealed. There is no process for recounting. On the table, my lord, when a person, the recounting takes place, if someone raises an objection, everything was done. The candidate was satisfied. The person petitioner before your lordship, he won by 6 votes. Subsequent thereto, next morning, the BDO, the PRO of the concerned block, my lord, he started counting once again with 2 other unauthorized person. I would say the term unauthorized person because kindly have a look
What
at
is
the
the
report.
report that he has filed? Rajkumar Biswas.
Who was the person who had counted at that particular point of time? It was not the APRO who was there. And if the video footages are produced, for
Last paragraph of the first page, by that time, counting of Jila Parishad seats started.
yes,
At around 7 a.m. on 12th, when counting for Jila Parishad seat was about to end, the recounting started in supervision of the undersigned in the presence of the honorable observer and the candidates and the counting agents of AITC, which is absolutely false.
absolutely false, my lord.
During counting, a total of 127 ballots were rejected. But during recounting, it was found that many of the ballots where the presiding officer's signature was missing was treated accepted during previous counting. How did this mistake take place? A total of 319 number of ballots were rejected during recounting. Is it a play? Is it a child's play? 319 ballot papers were rejected during the time of recounting. Was the BDO and the other officers tied cloth over their eyes or what? What is the BDO trying to do? Speak to her.
Whoever were present at that time, they might have made a mistake, and ballot papers are preserved. This is what he said.
Yes. So if mistakes takes place in all the occasions, then what is the sanctity of the election? Isn't it? 390 number. The difference between the returned candidate and the lost defeated candidate is very meager. Then the respective position of the candidates changed and Rajesh Mondal got 105 votes than the nearest candidate. So the allegation which has been made is pretty right.
And now, my lord, the report from the APRO, our allegation is that when the APRO was asked to recount, he said that he won't be able to because the process already ended. That is, he said he was unwell and he left. And my lord, let the PRO say.
What is the APRO's report?
My lord, at 2 a.m. at about 2 a.m. of 12/7/2023, counting of Jila Parishad seats started. It went for long. At around 6:30 a.m. of 12/7/2023, I was feeling unwell for continuous work for more than 24 hours. I intimated the same to the PRO and left the counting hall for taking rest. Now let the PRO say there were authorized persons for the counting of Maru Moshina GP. Where a single person present at that particular point of time. As per my instructions, persons from the refreshment cell and person from the cash cell, they were called for and the ballots were counted. And this is how the entire process took place.
Who were the persons present at the time of recounting? Who are the many? How can many be present over there? How can many be present? Why will the reserve persons be counted, be called for counting when the agents of the respective candidates were not present? Show me their signatures that they were present at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. Show me. Was the APRO present? He has said that he was not present. He left the counting center. What was your so urgency to recount it? Who pressurized you? No pressurization. Why did you count? In the absence of the agents of the candidates? Show me. Show me that the agents were there.
They will from the physical student or madam, as a session to feed. Marking was narrow, only board, and two of the contesting candidates out of five were demanded recounting. I had to take a decision.
And you had to take a decision without intimating the others. How could you do that?
It is evident from the physical students. I requested all of them to attend the, but they opposed the recounting and left the hall. It is evident from the physical students.
You say the margin is meager, right? And over there, 319 votes gets cancelled because the signature was not there. How is it possible?
Again, the ballots were cancelled everywhere because of election commission's order.
Very well. It is which is cancelled. But then at the time of this was found. At the time of recounting, this was found. Why will it be so?
During counting, it was found that 127 ballots were cancelled.
That is over. Apart from that,
192 ballots were rejected for not having.
in the recounting process, what were the officers doing in the counting process? That this 192 ballot papers which were not signed by the presiding officer could not be detected? What was the reason? You do not know. Very well.
Ballot papers are figured well figured maybe. Person from the refreshment and cash sale were called to count, my lord.
Please come. Sri Rajkumar Biswas, the Panchayat returning officer and the block development officer, Jhalda 1, is personally present in court with a report on his personal behalf and also on behalf of Sri Manoj Chandra, the assistant Panchayat returning officer. Jhalda 1. Stop. Next. Paragraph. The report of the Panchayat returning officer mentions that set out the report, entire report. I. Stop. The report of the APRO is as follows. Stop. Next paragraph. It appears from the report of the copy of the report has been circulated to the learned advocate representing the petitioner. Stop. It has been submitted that none of the counting agents of the contesting candidate was present at the time of recounting. Stop. Next. The assistant Panchayat returning officer was also not present at the time of counting. Stop. Next. Paragraph. It appears from the report of the Panchayat returning officer that at the initial counting process, 127 ballots were rejected on account of non-signature of the presiding officer at the reverse. Stop. At the time of recounting, 319 more ballot papers were rejected because the presiding officer allegedly did not sign the same in the reverse of the ballot papers. Stop. Because of the rejection of such huge number of ballot papers, the respective position of the candidates changed and the petitioner, who was initially declared as elected, became defeated.
He says that he was not declared a winner at that point of time. Only after recounting took place, he
How?
was declared a winner.
A person, action. My lord, when the Jila Parishad counting starts,
1 minute, 1 minute.
Submission, 1 minute. And one more submission he has to make, that a total number of 319 ballots, it should be 192, it is 319 minus 127.
See, it is mentioned 319 ballots were rejected during
During recounting.
Yes,
recounting.
yes, I have pointed this out.
Yes.
To him, and this is what he's.
But then his
What he is saying.
explanation does not appear to be proper.
Huh.
Or his writing is incorrect. I do not know. The English, if I can read it,
I had the
means-
same question, your lordship.
means 300 were rejected during recounting.
192 more ballots were rejected.
It is not mentioned.
A total of 319, including 127.
Where is that including part
Hmm.
mentioned?
my lord, the part he says,
And moreover, when the panchayat election is over, results are declared, then only you go over to the panchayat committee.
exactly.
Otherwise,
Exactly.
the counting is over. Why will you hold back?
Exactly.
Decision was taken that counting will be done. But by that time, counting was started.
How can that be? You are the panchayat returning officer. You have to take a definite call whether had this not been there, suppose the recounting request was not there, what would have happened? You would have waited for the panchayat samiti results to be declared and then you will declare the panchayat election. It is not so, isn't it? The moment you finish up with the panchayat, results are declared. You start off with the panchayat samiti, finish it off, you declare the result. Why? What was the reason for holding back? Assuming it was held back, what was the reason for holding back the results? No reason? Then? ঠিক আছে। Paragraph. It appears that the decision for now, it appears that the counting of the Panchayat Samiti votes started only after the counting of the votes of the Panchayat got over. Stop. Next. After the votes of the Panchayat were counted, then the result ought to have been declared, which the petitioner asserts that the same had been declared.
My lord, it will be Panchayat Samiti and Jila Parishad counting. It's not Panchayat and Panchayat Samiti.
Panchayat and the Panchayat Samiti and the Jila Parishad.
Not Panchayat. And this
Not
is a Panchayat Samiti candidate.
আচ্ছা তাহলে ওটা আগেরটা কি বললাম পঞ্চায়েত সমিতি and the জেলা পরিষদ ঠিক আছে নেক্সট হচ্ছে যে the paragraph here. The process of counting appears to have been objected verbally by the petitioner, who was leading by 6 votes after the process of counting ended. Stop. Next. At 2 o'clock in the morning on 12th July 23, counting for the Jila Parishad seat started. And the PRO left the counting center. Stop. Next.
Lordship, it's APR.
None of the representatives of the contesting candidates remain present at the time of counting. In such a situation, it was absolutely improper for the block development officer, being the panchayat returning officer, to continue with the process of recounting. Stop. Next. The Paragraph, the petitioner alleges that the panchayat returning officer for vested interest started with the recounting process. Stop. Next paragraph. It appears that the allegations put forth by the petitioner appears to be true. Stop. Next. In view of the above, the Election Commission is directed to take a call with regard to the result declared in respect of the particular seat. Stop. Let a report be filed by the State Election Commission on the adjourned date list on 1st of August.
Kindly,
31st
some more
of
time be given. Many matters are there, your lordship. Kindly, before your lordship only, kindly some more time be given.
Some more time. In the meantime, see, the board will be formed and whatever will happen, nobody knows.
Unless the Honorable the Chief Justice passes any order.
I do not know what is the position of that matter. At least I do not know.
No, today he has said that on such and such date the matters will appear, but in the evening, in the orders, maybe we will get to know on what date it is appearing. So at this point of time, even I find it difficult to say on what date exactly they will be appearing.
First will be difficult for the commission, you say. I make it on the 7th, Monday week.
And lordship, CCTV footage is here
Please,
and under instructions,
7th of August.
under instructions, he says that everything, all the counting agents and the persons who were for the other parties, it can be evident from the CCTV and.
And the
The count-
CCTV footage, does the video have photocopies?
आपका photocopy है क्या? नहीं है आपके पास है?
The CCTV footages. And the, what else?
Only
CCTV
ballot
footages.
paper, he says it's.
Ballot
the
paper is with
preserved.
them. The CCTV footages as produced in court today be kept in the custody of the learned Registrar General of this court.